The purpose of this tutorial is to teach the viewer how to create a complete and quality ticket in Canvas if you're having a problem. Now, the reason for this tutorial is because a quicker quality ticket will, with a large description and being on the page where the issue happens, is going to give you a quicker response. So let's go ahead and get started. There's three important factors we have to learn before we continue. The first one is that you have to be in the course and on the page that you are asking about and having a problem, or that the error is on, in order for the information to be properly given to the person that's receiving your ticket. So for example, if I was on this page right here and say this was a movie that wasn't turning on anytime I'd click it, I would click on the help and then report a problem, and then I would give a detailed response or detailed submission of a ticket. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the information that's on my computer, my operating system, my browser, what browser version I have. It's going to give a lot of important information to the person that gets the ticket so they can give you a proper response. So for example, if I had a browser that wasn't compliant, that's where the person answering the ticket would be able to tell you to update your browser. Okay, so the second most important thing I wanted you to know is before you set out to get a problem solved, make sure you click over here in Settings, and then you have your email address already inputted as a way of contact. This way, the correspondence between you and the person that deals with the ticket will go through that email address. Finally, if there's any questions about passwords for students, the ICT coaches will have those passwords. Okay, so let's get started. Again, you have to be in a course and on a page that you're having the problem. So let's go ahead and go over the help sections. What does Ask Your Instructor a Question mean? This is purely content-based questions. So for example, if a instructor has created a course about mathematics, maybe it's a word problem, and I do not understand how to do it, or a concept in math, say attempting to figure out a formula. Here is where you can click on this and then ask your instructor specifically and detailed exactly what your question is about what you don't understand. And then you can send the message, and that will, of course, go to your instructor, and the dialogue can begin from there. So again, this is purely content-based questions that your course instructor has created. Next is search the Canvas Guide section. Search the Canvas Guide section is really fantastic because most of the problems that you find can usually be found and solved in the Canvas Guide. So your support can be found here if you choose to look yourself for an answer. And it comes in many different forms of media, PDF files, video tutorials. So it's certainly a very effective way to attain answers to your questions. Now here is the nuts and bolts of the problem solving that we can assist you with in Canvas. So if you were to click on Report a Problem, remember, and I'm going to give you an example now. Let's just say all these were movies, and again, this was the movie that wasn't working. I'm going to click on Help. I'm going to click on Report a Problem. Okay, at this situation here, at this juncture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in movie not working. So that gives them a basic idea of what the situation is. In your description here, I'm going to say, here's a non-example. I would not write movie in page doesn't work when I click on it and then submit, because that's not going to help the person that's utilizing the ticket system that's trying to solve your problem. What you would need to do is you would say the movie, which is the second movie in the row, say for example, called, quote, Getting Oriented, is not working. The link doesn't work. Every time I click on it, it does not show the movie. Can you help, please? So this way, when I click Submit Ticket, all of my computer information is given, and I have a detailed ticket and a detailed description of what's going on so I can get the quickest amount of help possible. These three, don't forget there's a link to the Mind with a ton of different resources. Ask the community. There's a lot of community Canvas users that have a lot of the same problems, and people talk about it. And finally, you can always request a feature to improve Canvas if you're missing a feature, or even maybe that feature already exists and you don't know about it. Okay, in conclusion, again, I just want to review. When you click Help, make sure you're on the page that you're having the problem with. Give a very detailed description. Make sure you've set up that email so you can continue some correspondence with the person that's monitoring your ticket. And finally, for students, the passwords the ICT coaches do have in their possession. Thank you very much.